Good morning, you guys. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zaire, and today I'm just gonna talk about books because things have changed since my last TBR video, and mind you, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm just gonna update you all on what I've been doing and my goals for closing out March and beginning April. You know me, I be all over the place. So I am literally just trying to get reorganized into a good pattern of reading and books that I'm actually interested in. But like I said, things have changed. I actually picked up a few more books from the library since the last video. You all did not see me pick up Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. Y'all also did not see me have the Incandescent in my previous video as well. This looks super cool. It looks like, I don't know what kind of bird this is, but like a phoenix or something. But I think it's going to be about some magical school type of thing. You all did see me have Watermoon and Enchantra. And mind you, I keep trying to DNF this book, but something in it is calling to me. And I'm telling you, I think it's the purple. I have yet to open it. I actually finished Emily Wilde. And it's crazy because I think I even said I wasn't going to get to it. I also want to show you all some of my updates on my devices. So I'm just going to put all of this over here to prepare for a sit down and chat session. All right, hey, it's still me, just a different angle. So like I was saying, I actually finished Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, and it was so good. Like, it was so good. I read this book maybe over the course of 2 or 3 days, and if you all haven't gotten into the Emily Wilde series, it is one to get into if you're really interested in like fairies and like scholarly research vibes. And if you're actually, I'm so sorry, and I'm not cutting this out. If you're actually into like slight bit of romance, but it don't really get too deep into the romance, like I have mentioned before on this channel, that sometimes romance is a little off-putting for me, mainly because romance is always attached with some like sexual connotation, and I just don't want to read sexual content in a book. That's literally just me. I don't know, but this approached it in a way that was innocent and actually built out of love rather than, I think, kind of like lust. And I think that's why I don't like reading some like romanticities, because it's really based on lust and this like, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it too much because I feel like y'all gonna shoot me down. But this book was really, really good. I loved it. I love Emily's and Wendell's dynamic. I find it very similar to how me and my partner talk to one another. Like, we're always bickering, we're always bantering. It's out of love. You know, they're giving each other certain nicknames or certain things that they poke at, and it makes approaching different topics, or it makes approaching difficult topics easier when you have something that you can poke around and joke around with said person that you really love. So I really love this book. I'm looking forward to reading the third one of this series, and the third and final one. I think it is like Compendium of Tales or something, but I'm looking forward to getting that one. I ended up picking up the Incandescent by Emily Tesh, and I'm just gonna read it. Y'all know me, I'm gonna kind of speed through it a little bit. So Dr. Walden is one of the most powerful magicians in England and the director of magic at Chetwood School. After completing her graduate thesis by binding a powerful demonic entity into a phoenix tattoo on her arm, she returned to her alma mater to teach. Walden is good at her job. No, Walden is great at her job. When a new threat emerges in the form of a hired demon that has long waited patiently just beyond the school's wards, Walden and her colleagues, including the aggressively competent Laura Kenning, may be able to contain it. But demons are masters of manipulation. It's the Walden's responsibility to keep her school with its 600 students and centuries-old legacy safe. And it's possible the entity Walden most needs to keep her school safe from is herself. So, like I was just talking about the Emily Wilde, it's very scholarly, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to move into this like dark academia, fantasy, magic world, and like maybe I really like it there. So this would be kind of new for me because it isn't fairies, but it is still dealing with magic, and I'm super excited about reading this one. I'm hoping it's not gonna give like High School Musical. You know what I mean? I'm hoping it's not just giving like children run around and doing this thing, but because it seems like it's focusing on the professor and how she handles keeping everything together, I feel like I might actually really enjoy this. The next book I picked up is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. And low-key, I'm kind of nervous about this because, like I was just saying, I hope it's not just like kids running around doing stuff. Like, very, I wouldn't say immature, but you know what I mean? Like, kids doing things. I kind of like for my characters to have some type of, like, brainstem in them. You know what I mean? I kind of like, I kind of like when they can actually think about something. So this apparently is a retelling of the story The Goose Girl, which is about a stolen lives, thorny truths, and the wicked girls at the heart of both. So I don't know what The Goose Girl is, but it seems like this book is going to be taking fairy tales and rewriting it. So, I'm just going to read the back of it because this other side is like kind of crazy. So, once upon a time, there is a beautiful, kind princess and her wicked maid. One day, the wicked maid stole the princess's face, and with it, her betrothed, her name, and everything. The princess had to toil away as a servant while her maid lived like a queen. When the maid was caught, she died for her crimes, and the princess lived happily ever after. Or that is how the story has been told. Now it's time for the wicked maid to tell her side of the story. So I'm interested. You know, it kind of piques my interest, but I am still nervous about it. I will admit I am more excited about the other book, The Incandescent, more so than The Little Thieves. But I'm going to give it a try. You know, I'm going to give it a try. We'll see. Now, to go on to some of the, like, e-readers that I have kind of planned. Y'all know me. I kind of walk around with these 3 situations. This one I have been using for podcasts, which I talked about in a previous video, and I actually take this to the gym like almost every single day because when I'm on the treadmill, I end up running, listening to podcasts. I am listening currently to My Favorite Murder, and I really like that podcast. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but I've been listening to them, and I also listen to This Podcast Will Kill You. So go check out that other video if you're interested in seeing all of the other podcasts that I have subscribed to from Apple Podcasts on this phone. For these ones, my two little tiny e-readers, and I plan to just show you the iPhone e-reader because it has the Kindle app on it and it has the same things that I would be reading on my Kindle over there. I just don't feel like getting up and showing y'all. Last I checked in with you all, I was saying, oh, I'm gonna finish From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout, right? Y'all, I DNF'd that book so quick. I DNF'd that book so fast. And it was just, like I was saying earlier, it was too lustful for me. And I didn't want to read that in a book. So I DNF'd it. I didn't DNF Malice. I still have Malice, but I had a different book kind of push it out of its place, which is a library book that I need to start real soon because it is due in like a couple of days. I tried renewing it, but it says it's too early to renew just yet. Whatever, too early to renew. Okay. So the book that I'm reading currently on my Kindles, which is a library book, is A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. And this is the second book of the series. I really, really enjoyed the first one. The first one was very much like talking about like certain corruption that's happening in this empire. There's these inner and outer rings. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna scoot up. There's these like inner and outer rings. So the people that are on the outer rings are closer to danger, which is the dangerous things are kind of like these natural processes, these leviathans that bump into the outer walls of the empire, of the big cities. And when you're in the outer ring, you have less time to escape because you're in such close proximity of the leviathan, versus the more wealthy people are in the inner rings of the empire. They are further away from the danger. So the first book was kind of talking about these experiences and corruption and plots to tear down certain walls to allow destruction of certain cities, and how it was planned out meticulously. But the book is following two detectives. They're very like eccentric and very noteworthy characters. I do like the characters a lot. They're investigative, they're curious, they're smart. They call people out. They kind of compared the way that the detectives interact to Sherlock Holmes-esque mysteries. So I really like that because they're pulling all these different pieces of the story, plotting like who did what with who and why, and it all comes together at the end, unfolding everything that has transpired during that time and how it led to the destruction of certain event. So I really, really liked that book. So therefore I'm reading the second one, A Drop of Corruption, and I also really am liking the arts of all these like book covers. Like, it's so my type of thing. and it has plants. Like there's also plants in this. Like that's the thing that is used as kind of like a weapon because they're considered contagions. They grow very fast. And oh, I should have said spoilers. My bad. But it's a really, really good book. You should go read it. So that's the one I'm reading on my Kindle right now. And that's the library book that I low-key have to return in like 9 days. I don't think I'm going to read this book in 9 days because it's like 400 some pages. And I got other things to do. But I'm going to try to renew it. The book that I still have on my XTEINK, again, if you've never heard of this e-reader, go check out my other videos. I believe I have two videos up right now that highlight this device, this little tiny e-reader. I love it so much. It is the cutest. Like, it goes really well with this one, like I said again in that video. But this one I am reading The Will of the Many. And I also have The Will of the Many on my Kindle, but I'm trying to technically ignore this device as much as I can, as much as I'm into the story. I'm trying to ignore this so that I can get through, again, some of these like physical books that have people waiting on it. And the other library book that people are waiting on. And you know what? I'm never going to do this to myself ever again because I'm like, I think I kind of went hog wild crazy on getting books from the library because I felt like, oh my God, it's such a great resource and I'm gonna just get all these books and I'm gonna read all these books and I'm gonna have a great time. But at the same time, I feel a little bad if I take too long in reading a book. And I don't want to be somebody who's limiting another person's access to resources. So, but that's what I'd be thinking about. I'm going to try to read those books. But nonetheless, this device is books that I have actually loaded on here myself and that I actually own. And I changed my wallpaper, which is something super cute. I don't know if you all ever have watched, but Hilda, that TV show Hilda on Netflix was my favorite TV show for a really, 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 really long time. And honestly, it's still one of my favorite TV shows. I just don't watch TV as much these days anymore. But I added the wallpaper to this and it makes me so freaking happy because Hilda is like, I say everything is me, but Hilda for real is low-key everything that I embodied as a kid, like exploration, being kind, investigation, nature. She's so freaking cool. If you all haven't watched that on Netflix, you all should go do that. And it's not a kids TV show. Well, at least I don't think it's a kids TV show. I think it's a cartoon and it's something that anybody can learn from. So go check it out. Oh, I'm sorry. This is like a rant. I hope y'all able to follow along on my little topics, but that is my plan for reading. And you also learned a little bit more about me and how I think and what I be into. So for March, I am intending on what day is it? Okay, it's March 25th currently. So that leaves me a couple of days to end March out. And you know what? I'm gonna say my March TBR was solely those manga books I had showed y'all and Emily Wild Map of the Other Lands. For April, of which I'm about to get a head start on, I am going to read A Drop of Corruption and attempt to start Enchantra. If I can get to those books, that's when I'll transition to the Incandescent. But for now, I need something that is in manageable chunks. I will keep you all updated. And if you also want to follow my progress on reading, you can follow me on Goodreads. I have my link in my about section. I also put it in the description below. But if you want to follow me reading, because I kind of just I update it with the days that I'm reading and like my progress or whatever, if you've ever used Goodreads, follow me on there. You can see how I'm reading and what I kind of have in my shelf. That's gonna be super fun. And yeah, let me know if you all like this video. Please give me a like and comment, and if you really want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. I try to make videos every so often when I get the energy to do so, or I get the inspiration to do so. And I read all of the comments, so if you got a suggestion or something you want to see from me, I can most definitely see what I can do and make videos of your requested format, whether or not that's these longer kind of videos that are uncut, or if you really want to see like day in the life of me going out and doing something, just let me know. I really love the interaction and the community that we are building here on this channel. So I will talk to you all later and see you all in the next video as well. All right, bye-bye.